You're good to go.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I just threw it in the chat there. Basically, I'm the director for what's now an all-volunteer-run nonprofit. We're promoting community ADA accessibility, adaptive recreation, ultimately business profitability, and kind of general advocacy. What we've done is gathered about a ton of tools together to help lower the threshold for businesses and organizations to make accessibility improvements. 1 in 4 U.S. adults have a disability. 1 in 3 West Virginians do. And we have some of the worst access in the nation. So really hoping to turn that around so we get the situation going where we'd have something more like Colorado, where all those same things that were wrong with all of our old mining and logging towns there are also existing in ours. But they started these great ski programs back in the 80s. And since then, these communities have really made it an effort to become inclusive. And so they've turned it around to becoming a destination where people fly from around the world to Denver, drive 5 hours to the end of the road, and then spend 2 weeks at these world-class bike and ski programs. And there's no reason we can't do the same here. Some of our projects we're working on right now is one, we have those tools together I put in the chat where we show businesses and walk them through the process of doing ADA self-assessments. So that's basically identifying a fix-it list of all the barriers currently preventing your customers from being able to access your goods and services. We show them where there's $20,000 of tax incentives a year. Hopefully we'll be working with WV Grant Center soon to create funding sources for non-taxable entities and get that list together. We're updating this, what's now a Google Doc with all the information at the end into more specific toolkits. So hopefully for land managers, for government, for small businesses, larger businesses, and then really hoping to update our accessible market research, showing where the financial impact is. I know from 10 years ago, US Census data, I had 1.5 million people, 3 hours drive from Thomas with a disability. And you go out to 5 hours, that's 1.5 million of just a walking disability. So if you look at the state of West Virginia, there's a huge economic impact that we're missing right now for this accessible market. And we're really trying to turn that around. Our main project is our accessible rivers, parks, forests, trails, and communities. It's just that we're looking at trying to work with the public access sites for water access. We do adaptive whitewater, and then also flat water recreation. We worked at the Canaan Valley Wildlife Refuge, got a canoe and kayak launch that's fully wheelchair accessible installed up here. That's been extremely popular. Those are starting to spread throughout the state. So hopefully seeing more of those and getting our river access a little bit better. Same deal with the trails, working on doing the adaptive mountain biking and friendly mobility device stuff. So really focusing on low hanging fruit. So easy fixes, not dumbing down the trails, but just making them more universal. So, working on taking out those steps or making sure all the pinch points and the trailheads are accessible. A lot of times it's man-made obstructions that are preventing modern mobility equipment from getting out and enjoying the wilderness and the outdoors. And our big new project is we're going to be partnering with the town of Clendening, the state, the county, and the new downhill gravity adventure park, which is going to be made to be all adaptive mountain bike friendly. We're building the trails there, even the advanced ones for equipment that doesn't even exist yet, because it will within the next couple of years. So all of that park is going to be adaptive friendly and ADA in the base area. And then as part of that destination being developed, we're really going to work with the entire community along the Elk River to try to get that whole the water trail, the rail trail, and the town of Clendening up to a universal ADA accessible status, so then we can promote that as really an adaptive adventure destination.
Eric, those are great projects. In the last 20 seconds of your 2 minutes, can you tell us how this group can help?
Yeah, so right now I've been running this kind of the one-person show with some volunteers helping out. We're hoping to scale up. So any kind of funding sources and figuring that side out. My background's not running a nonprofit or knowing the funding side of stuff. So any stuff with that, helping towards us getting those toolkits together so we can really get those. We're almost there with getting those toolkits together. We have a PCAP REI grant technical assistant who's been helping us with that. And the National Parks Assistance Group has been helping us for the last couple of years. They're about wrapped up, but yeah, really getting those resources together. I have people who have been working with us that, at some point we're gonna have to start working like a normal nonprofit and try to get them actually on as employees so they can do this full time. So, any of those ideas will be very helpful. And then, you can distribute those free tools to your businesses. Just let them know, if you have a mud pit, a parking lot, $20,000 a year if you're a small business with less than $1 million revenue and 30 employees, I believe. Even if you're any size business, a large business, you still get 15,000 in a straight up tax credit. So it flips the script on the ADA being an obligation. It's really an opportunity for you to get a $15,000 federal funding per year to pave your parking lots, then do your entrances, put a porch out front with 2 tops and a wheelchair ramp, make your activities appealing to everyone. So just getting those tools out there and the word out, and hopefully we'll have our new website with the new promo video that Mountain Craft helped us up that really shows the vision for the future. I'll put that in the link.
Thank you, Eric.